No, seriously, picture it. It's the final lap, the championship point. The pressure is just insane. How on earth does a human heart keep up with that demand? Well, it all comes down to one of the most incredible pieces of engineering you'll ever find.
What's up, everyone, and welcome to Subjects Simplified. Today, we are breaking down the cardiovascular system into simple, easy-to-remember chunks. So whether you're cramming for your sports science exams or you're just curious about the engine that powers you, you are in exactly the right place.
So here's our game plan. We're going to cover the what, the why, and the how. First, we'll look at the blueprint, the hardware itself. Then we'll see it in action during exercise. And finally, we'll figure out what's controlling the whole show.
All right, let's pop the hood. Before we can talk about performance, we gotta understand the parts list. And trust me, you're working with the most high-tech engine you'll ever own, your heart and its massive network of tubing.
First things first, stop thinking of your heart as just a pump. It is a high-performance four-chamber engine. You've got the top two chambers, the atria, which are kind of like the receiving docks where blood arrives. And then you have the bottom two, the ventricles, which are the super powerful shipping departments, blasting blood out to where it needs to go.
Now, check this out. Right down the middle is a thick, muscular wall called the septum. Its job is absolutely critical. It keeps the oxygen-rich blood on the left side completely separate from the oxygen-poor blood on the right. It's a perfect little fence, and that separation is the secret sauce that makes the whole system so incredibly efficient.
So the blood goes on this incredible journey in a perfect loop. It comes into the right side, gets shot over to the lungs for a quick pit stop to grab oxygen, then it comes back to the left side all re-energized before being fired out to the rest of the body through the main highway, the aorta. This flawless cycle is what powers an Olympic swimmer through every single one of those 1,500 meters.
So, how does all this blood get around? Through arteries and veins. And listen, here's a super simple way to remember this for your exam. Arteries go away from the heart. Veins visit the heart. See? Simple. Arteries need to have those thick, muscular walls because they're handling super high-pressure blood getting blasted out to a sprinter's leg muscles.
Now, if the blood vessels are the highways, then the blood itself is all the traffic, and it's made up of four key things. You've got red blood cells, white blood cells, and platelets, and they're all just floating around in this yellowish liquid called plasma. Let's meet the crew. First up, the most important workers, red blood cells. These are literally your oxygen delivery drivers. And get this, you have about 25 trillion of them. Their one and only job is to grab oxygen from your lungs and drop it off at your muscles. This is exactly why endurance athletes go train at high altitudes. It's a totally legal way to make your body produce more of these little guys for better performance. Next up, you've got the bouncers of the body, the white blood cells. Think of them as your personal security team. They're always on patrol, hunting down and destroying any nasty germs or infections. They're the reason a top footballer can stay healthy and play in the final, even when half the country is sick with the flu.
And finally, we've got the platelets. These are your emergency road crew. So when a skateboarder wipes out and gets a scrape, platelets immediately rush to the scene. They all clump together to form a clot, basically patching the hole to stop the bleeding so the athlete can get right back on the board. Okay, so we've met all the players and we've seen the blueprint. But what does this whole system actually do when the starting gun fires? Let's get into it. At its heart, pun intended, it's the world's most efficient delivery and removal service. It's a two-way street. It drops off all the good stuff, like oxygen and nutrients to your muscles. And on its way back, it picks up all the junk, like carbon dioxide and lactate. For a marathon runner, this exchange is literally the difference between hitting the wall and smashing a personal record.
It's not just because they're working super hard. That red face is actually a really clever trick your body is pulling to cool itself down. It's called thermoregulation, and yep, it's another crucial job for your cardiovascular system.
Yeah, your system is basically your own personal thermostat. When you're overheating during a hot summer tennis match, the blood vessels near your skin get wider. That's vasodilation, and it lets heat escape to cool you down. But flip that. If you're playing rugby in the dead of winter, those same vessels get narrower. That's vasoconstriction, to trap heat in your core and keep you warm. So cool. All right, we've got the hardware. We know its main jobs, but who's calling the plays? How does the heart know when to speed up or slow down? Well, let's talk about the invisible coach on the sidelines, your body's electrical and nervous systems. You know that feeling, right? Your heart is just hammering in your chest, but you haven't even taken a single step. That, right there, is your nervous system getting you ready for battle. It's anticipating the massive effort you're about to make and flooding your system with what it needs. So every single heartbeat is actually an electrical event. It starts with a tiny spark from the SAN, which is the heart's natural pacemaker. That signal travels to the AVN, which acts like a gatekeeper, holding the signal for just a split second. Then, whoosh, the signal shoots down the middle through the bundle of His and spreads out through the Purkinje fibers, telling those big ventricles to squeeze. It's a perfect, synchronized contraction, kind of like an elite rowing team, all pulling at the exact same time.
Now, there are two systems that control the speed of that beat. First, you've got the sympathetic nervous system. This is your body's official hype man. It's what triggers that fight or flight response, cranking your heart rate up. It's the reason a 100-meter sprinter feels that explosive energy on the starting blocks.
And on the other side, you have the parasympathetic nervous system. This is your chill-out coach. Its job is rest and digest. It tells the heart to slow down and conserve energy. This is what a pro golfer uses to steady their nerves, lower their heart rate, and sink a championship-winning putt. Honestly, the easiest way to think about it is like a gas pedal and a brake pedal. The sympathetic system is the gas. You slam it down when a boxer is in the middle of a fight. The parasympathetic system is the brake. You gently apply it when an archer is calming down between shots. Your body is just constantly and brilliantly balancing these two to give you exactly what you need.
Okay, let's wrap this up. For your exam, you need to remember these 3 things. 1, the blueprint, the 4-chambered heart and all the vessels. 2, the action. It delivers good stuff, removes bad stuff, and controls your temperature. And 3, the control. The electrical spark creates the beat and the nervous system changes the speed. Blueprint, action, control. You got this.
And that right there is the big question in sports science, isn't it? Now that you understand the blueprint, you can start to think about how different types of training, from lifting to sprints to long-distance running, can upgrade each specific part of this incredible engine.
Hey, thanks so much for watching. I really hope this explainer helped you get a handle on all this. If it did, do me a favor and hit that like button and subscribe to Subjects Simplified. We've got a lot more content coming to help you crush your exams. Catch you in the next one.